Hey artists! If you love exploring new drawing tools as much as I do, you're gonna love this. Today, we've got an exciting head-to-head between two of our most hyped nibs, the futuristic, space-inspired Colorverse Shuttle Nib and the beautifully crafted Kakimori Metal Nib. Both are fantastic for expressive sketches, detailed line work, and even ink washes. So, I'm gonna grab a notebook because we're about to see what these nibs can do. For these demos, I'm using Mnemosyne Notebooks, ultra smooth, fountain pen friendly paper. The paper's bright white and acid free with a twin ring binding, and designed to minimize bleed through and feathering. Ink-wise, I'll be using Colorverse's 2024 Blue Dragon inks, which we talked about in a previous video, and these new Kakimori Pigment Inks. They're vibrant, water resistant, and light fast, perfect for artwork. So let's get to it. First things first, both the Colorverse Shuttle and Kakimori nibs fit into most standard dip nib holders. So if you've already got a favorite handle, there's no need to buy a whole new setup. That said, Colorverse also offers its own shuttle nib holder, in brass or aluminum to match the nibs. It has a ridged grip that's not too smooth, not too sharp, and comes in two sizes. A longer version around 6.4 inches, and a shorter one at 4.7 inches. Both are nice and slim, with a futuristic, shuttle-inspired vibe. Meanwhile, Kakimori nib holders have a more natural vibe. One version comes in smooth Japanese cherry wood, and the other comes in sleek, lightweight aluminum. Each is about 7 inches long and balances easily in your hand. Great if you prefer a classic pencil-like feel. Let's start by taking a closer look at the Colorverse Shuttle Nib. Inspired by real NASA space shuttle designs, it's got these little windows and finely tuned feed lines that hold on to the extra ink, perfect for longer drawing or writing sessions. To ink it up, all you have to do is submerge the nib right into your bottle or your inkwell. See how I can get super fine details, hatching or cross-hatching without constantly redipping? With just one dip, you can get up to 7 lines of writing. Then, just by adjusting my angle, I can also go bolder and more brush-like. It's one of the first truly practical nibs I've found for everyday writing. If you want a single, super versatile drawing or writing tool, this is it. If you like a heavier feel, the brass shuttle nib holder adds natural drawing pressure. If you prefer something lighter, aluminum is sleek and quick for field sketching. And check this out, the Colorverse Shuttle Ink Barrel isn't just cool to look at. Styled after space shuttle oxygen tanks, it also works as a stable pen rest. Perfect for those moments when you need to pause and decide your next color or technique. Now, let's switch gears to the Kakimori Metal Nibs. First up, stainless steel, rust resistant and loved for its smooth glide. Kakimori's signature is this conical tip shape. Like the shuttle, you don't need to do anything besides submerge the nib to ink up. Those fine ink channels keep your pen drawing longer without constant redips. See how I'm tilting the pen? The sharper tip helps you nail fine lines, or you can flatten it for quick swabs or broader coverage. If you're doing quick sketches or layering texture, it's a breeze. Dip, draw, rinse, and repeat. Then we have the brass nib, which has a softer feel. I can feel the difference right away. It produces slightly broader lines. That's really nice for adding bold, expressive strokes. If you want a dip nib that handles both finer details and wide swaths of color with ease, the brass nib is a great pick. Comfort-wise, the Colorverse Shuttle holder sports a precision knurled grip. Awesome for stability, but some might find it a tad heavy over long sessions, especially in the brass. The Kakimori holders, like the Japanese cherrywood option, feel warm and natural. Plus, they develop character over time. Really, it's about what fits your style better. Sleek metal or a classic wooden vibe. So, which nib is right for you? If you're after precision and a built-in mini reservoir for extended drawing sessions, the Colorverse Shuttle is a stellar pick, especially if you're drawn to that modern space-age aesthetic. Meanwhile, Kakimori nibs are super versatile, giving you both precision and broad expressive lines. The brass version offers an extra painterly feel. The Shuttle Nib relies on a more angular pointed design, with feed lines running along the surface, almost like a mini reservoir, while the Kakimori Nib uses 8 capillary slits in a conical shape to hold ink. Both do a great job of extending your drawing or your writing time, but they feel different on the page. Shuttle tends to write best at moderate to steep angles, giving you crisp, consistent lines. It's slightly narrower and pointed, which is awesome for detail, but can feel a bit edgier on heavily textured paper. Kakimori is rounder and more forgiving, so if you like broad, sweeping angles or want to swab wide areas of color, it's naturally easier to do big, expressive strokes without scratching. Comfort-wise, you'll notice the Shuttle Nib has sharper grooves, which some people love for precise line work, while the Kakimori feels softer, especially if you opt for that brass version, and is fantastic for brush-like effects. In both cases, you can dip once and go for quite a while, so the biggest difference comes down to each nib's shape, how the ink flows, and the angle range they handle best. If you can, try them both. You might be surprised which one suits your style. Whether you lean towards the modern lines of the Shuttle or the organic feel of the Kakimori, you'll find a dip nib that can take your art or calligraphy to another level. Alright artists, that's it for our Dip Nib showcase. I hope you found something new and exciting to add to your creative arsenal. Thanks for hanging out, and as always, keep creating.